Okay, let's try something new. I went to the car boot today and thought I'd film it using my rubbish glasses. That's right. Becco goes to the car boot. But first we've got to drive there, and as usual, there was traffic. This was possibly the most painful part, because it was stuck behind a cyclist. I don't know if you get this in America, but in England I think people are called cyclists. They like to go out on their bike on a sunny day like today was. It was lovely today, and decide to get in the way right when you can't overtake, like on this corner. I'm not driving, by the way, Amy drove, so I'm sat in the passenger seat. Apologies for the video quality, it's not as good as I would have hoped, because my glasses are only 30 frames per second with a 5 megapixel lens and an annoyingly narrow field of view. We'll see this at the car boot in a minute, with all the traffic behind, but here we go. Very floor at love. We were going to turn right up there, but decided not to. So we carried on. Lots of cyclists up there. So floored it into the national speed limit. Go. Gotta get to the car boot. Gotta see if there's any vacuum cleaners. Yes, we're going Hoover hunting. It's more countryside. Thought I'd film a little bit of it. These two people, there was a hunt on, not real fox hunting, that was bad, 10 fox hunting, but I cut all that out and here we are at the car boot field. It was heaving. Normally they park the other end, about half a mile up the road, but today they were parking at this end.
What do you indicate?
We had to wait and wait and wait, and in the end we went go. Apologies also for the time and date stamp. I thought I'd taken that off, but I hadn't. I'll speed it up a little bit now because we went to park. It was very busy, so it took us, as you can see, a good few minutes to park and then get out the car. Look at that, that's the queue. We're here before it's opened, so we've got to get into that. Which again, I haven't filmed the whole thing, there was no point. It's a queue. British people like to queue. This is America, you probably have just fired a gun. There's a bit of an argument because somebody was trying to pay with an old £5 note, which is now illegal in the UK, and we were in. This is a car boot sale. We know her. She's always there. She gets there very early to get that pitch. She'd have been there since about 9 o'clock.
Yeah, he'll be out there in about 5 seconds.
So here is the first row. It's very busy. Very busy indeed. Just walking down and I spot a familiar handle. Yes, it's a Hoover Turbo Power. I did and ah about this. It was £10. There was also a vacs and some Dirt Devil. No, a Hoover, right, there was the vacs. There was one of those with the bag full of bits, and I got one, so I passed up. I'm a collector, not a hoarder. Did think about it all the way around though, and it was still there when we left, but I just decided not to really. So this is what I mean about the camera. I was looking at all of this dead on, but the lenses weren't. I need to learn to move my head, not my eyes. Whoops. That's how I failed my first driving. Well, yeah, that's the main reason I failed my first driving test. So here we go, typical car boot sale. Lots of assorted tat. Some helmets just out of reach there. Nice Peugeot 306 Meridian. Clothes, always lots of clothes at a car boot sale. Other such tat. Over the other side of people selling slightly dodgy things, there were some vacuum cleaners in there. There was a bag Dirt Devil, which I completely forgot to get details of. Again, you would have seen it. I'm sorry, there was a vacs carpet washer there as well, but again, I didn't stop to think about that one. It's all new to me. Might have to get some better glasses, but that'll be £100. I'm not sure I quite fancy sinking £100 into them. We shall see. Lots of random homeware. You get a lot at car boots. You get people like him, who is a dodgy bastard who probably sold the stuff. You get just people having a clear out. We sold at car boots before. Nice room divider there, dining table and chairs, some various tools, some sweets, some other random tat. So there was nothing of interest. No vacuum cleaners. I'm quite good at spotting vacuum cleaners from 50 paces. It's done me well in the past. So here we go, on to the second row. And there is the back of that turbo power. I was just checking the tools, it was missing 2 of them. That was another reason why I decided to leave it. In fact, I skipped a little bit here. I didn't go down this whole row on film, because I haven't filmed it all in real time. We were there for quite a while. I did run out of memory, I'm afraid. This isn't the whole video, but we get to the last row.
If you get a £5 note after that, I might offer a
So yeah, it's a lovely day. For us Brits, today was a cracker. It was 19 degrees Celsius. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't care, because we don't work in Fahrenheit. It was lovely. That's probably why it was so packed. It's a nice, lovely half-dead grass. Look, that wasn't for sale though. Some people with nice headscarves. We had Charlie with us. There's his pram, and on to the third row. Really must sort my head out so I don't look up too much. But this is video 1 of perhaps many, perhaps some, perhaps no more. I don't know yet. I don't always go to the car boot. It all depends if I've got money, I'll be honest. I sold my old car today, so we did have money. I didn't spend much of it either, which is good. We'll see what I bought later. So here we go, there's more homewares. Families selling their stuff, the children selling their own stuff and keeping the money. Nice box of random cables. Always have a look through boxes of random cables. There was nothing there. It was all old modem stuff. We don't have modem much in the UK anymore. Clothes and tat and etc. I was just handing Charlie something there. This was quite interesting. I saw these Nokia boxes. I wondered if they were old phones, but they weren't. They were just PCI data cards, which are, again, completely useless and pointless now that I can get 20 megabyte download on my phone, let alone 56k for a PCI card that supports Windows 98, so I didn't bother. Lots more just random household wares. This table was quite interesting, but as you can see, I missed all of it with the camera, so whoops, you won't get to see it.
I don't want to push buttons, it's not.
I probably should get a better camera, we'll see. I'm just not going to walk around just holding my phone. That's why, plus that'll be huge. This is big enough, this filled up a 4 gig memory card. Filming on my phone and filling out those, this will break. Is where it reset the file, so apologies for that. I missed that on the edit. Lots of plants. We've had car boot plants before. They're not too bad. They're alright, a car boot plant. I always have a look around on this stall that's coming up to our right here, the random tat stall. Just full of some junk, some cool stuff. I had a pause at the plugs in case there were any old looking plugs. There weren't. Just boxes and boxes of obsolete cables, obsolete tools, bit of everything. I've never found anything in these, I'll be honest. I do always look. There's always one of these at every car boot. I never really look. I tend to buy tools as I need them, so there's rarely any reason to get them at the car boot. Plus they're probably utter shite and made of chocolate, unless they're really old. But if they're really old, they won't fit my car, because they'll be imperial, and my car will have metric fastenings. We did buy Charlie one of those balls that's hanging up on that van back there. So what are we on now, the 4th or 5th row? I'll speed up a little bit here, because we'll take all night otherwise. And the quality isn't good enough for you to just see everything. That's what I was hoping. I could just shut up and let you watch. But it's just not quite good enough, really. First of all, wasn't really anything interesting. It's good that it was just full of tap, because sometimes you get new stuff, and that's no point in a car boot. This store was quite interesting though. There was an old mobile phone that I forgot to take a picture of, and a vacuum cleaner. But sadly, once this old codger gets out of the way, it's a Hoover Dust Managerless, and I hate these. Really not a fan of these. I did one of these that I left it completely alone because the filtration's so awful. The motor is guaranteed to be utterly knackered, missing tools. I don't like them at all. So moving on, carry on down that aisle. And there is another vacuum cleaner. Here, look. Here's another hopeless, horrible, bagless piece of rubbish. But this time made by Samsung, who we know in the UK more for televisions and mobile phones. There it is, look. Probably badged up as something else in America. Again, I left it well alone because it's a horrible pleated paper filter type. Yes, it was only £5, but no, I've not got the space. I've got many more deserving vacuum cleaners. That's me pointing it out to Amy and saying, don't want it.
That boat's got wanted the pedal.
Nice big stuffed dog, nice real dog.
Oh yeah, dog there.
We paused at this stall because we saw some DVDs that Eva might like, but that little girl was annoying, tried to make us buy them all, so we walked away. It's working the sales pitch, love. So here we go. I don't know what row this is, but it's a row. It started to get really narrow at this end. They've packed them all in. They obviously filled the field from the way that we're going, so by the time they got to the end, because there's a fence, they obviously realised that they were getting short space, so they crammed people in this there. But here we go, just more tat. More stuff that we don't want, stuff that we've got that we don't want, stuff that we've never wanted in a million years. Some more old tools, various stuff, and still nothing. More random tap. Not tricky there. Yeah. So on to yet another row. I think. Where am I looking there? Yeah. Nice old first aid box down there, but I've got no need for a nice old first aid box. So it's a bit pointless. Oh, that's why I'm wandering around. I'm waiting for Amy to catch up. She was looking at stuff. So, another busy road, not a lot down here. So I'll sped it up again. This problem with car boots, you never know what you're going to find. I've been around them and there's been absolutely nothing, like no vacuum cleaners at all, let alone ones that I want to buy. The other times I've run out of money halfway around. That happens very rarely, I'll be honest. It's normally the other car boot sale that isn't this one. This is West Wickham, just outside of High Wycombe. There's one a bit closer to us, and a little village called Tetsworth that is a lot. I've had some good machines from Tetsworth. I'll try and get a film of that. But that's on very early in the morning. That starts at 6:30. If you sell, you're going to be there at 5. So we didn't go to Tetsworth today. We decided to come to West Wickham, as did thousands of other people. Thousands and thousands. Nice mirror there. Other stuff there. You can see how busy it's getting there. They packed it right, and I think we were waiting here for someone to bugger off out the way so we could move. More random cables. Nothing really of interest. But one has to look, you never know. If you don't look, you don't know. Well, I'm a bit bunged up. Here were 2 steam cleaners, and I, as a rule, never buy steam cleaners from the car boot because A, they're missing everything, B, all that pressurised steam, the one on the right is a vacs, the one on the left is a Bissell. I looked at them, but failed to get it on camera. But what I did see was just there, and it is a little dustbuster. It's a Black & Decker Super Spill Buster. And I've been looking at these sort of dustbusters from this era. Again, completely neglected to get any of it on film. And that's the guy turning it on because it had a bit of charge. There's Amy backing up because I wanted some change. Because I bought it. I paid £2 for my Black & Decker Super Spill Buster. It hasn't got any of its small tools, but I just fancied one really. Do a little video of it, we can strip it down, maybe do a battery hack, because the batteries are mentally knackered on it. So we might hack some better batteries into it. I've seen how to's, there it is, look. It is charging at the minute, it's plugged into the kitchen. Again, the video can't keep up with my editing, I'm afraid, because it's only 30 frames per second. I hope this starts. It should do. Because here is another vacuum cleaner when it catches up. Come on. This is a Miele, and it has been used bagless for a long time. Has a random floor head. There you go, look. Not touching that in a million years. That will have a half burnt out motor if it works at all. Even if that was a quid or two, I wouldn't have had that. Missing all of its small tools as well. And that's always a bad idea for a Miele. So speeding up again now as we come towards the end of this video at the very least, because I ran out of memory. Amy found somebody she knew, so I wandered off and left her there. And I'll be honest, didn't really find anything else of interest. It's just more random tap. Had a look at that stall. You've got to have a look, you've got to look really closely. I found vacuum cleaners in boxes under tables, obscured by other stuff. But then you also see vacuum cleaner boxes that are full of other stuff. There's a cheap rubbish vacs. I've had one of those before, and it's just there. Don't like it. It was quite difficult to sell as well, I seem to remember. So, yeah, more various stuffs down here. See, very busy, and then my memory card filled up, and somewhere around here stopped recording. I'm afraid. Well, there we go. There was one more vacuum cleaner. There it is, a DC03 Absolute Plus, but I didn't get it. I'm not really a fan of DC03s. I've got one in the shed. And that was my day at the car boot. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll have a look at the dustbuster very, very soon. Goodbye.